I know you've been with this team for 9 years, as you've been saying. It's been a long slog with obviously Virgin Racing at the beginning, with Richard Branson, to here we are now with Envision. Just put it into words, how finally getting that team's championship after years of trying and getting so close to finally achieve it.
Yeah, it feels, I don't know yet. I think it needs to sink in. But yeah, a feeling of elation, really. And again, of pride for the team, that's what I keep saying, but ultimately, this is a result of the team, of many, men and women who work really, really hard, and the driver lineup who've delivered incredible results. It's the definition of a team effort. And I'm just really glad that we delivered this for the team, for me, but mostly for everyone else, when they deserve it so much. And that's what feels really good.
I have to talk to you about obviously yesterday, because obviously yesterday was a big opportunity for the team, which obviously was squandered. It started brilliantly, Sylvain. The beginning of the race, the way Cassidy and Buemi got that 1-2. I just want to understand the moment Cassidy dropped back. So you've done Cassidy's attack modes. What was the thought process behind Cassidy dropping behind Buemi?
Yeah, well, Nick actually was the one asking to drop back. But we were obviously supportive. It was part of the plan. The idea was that if we can, basically Nick wanted to repay the favor to Seb and basically allow Seb to get both attack modes. And if we could have done that, it was pretty much a guaranteed 1-2. So that was the strategy. In hindsight, of course, it was too risky. And we got the risk-rewards balance wrong. And ultimately, we should have, cashed our result and disappeared in the distance. So that's what we regretted badly, and then anything that happened from then on was the result of that. So yeah, in hindsight, it's easy. And you never know, right? If we had left it as it is, maybe Nick would have been vulnerable to someone else, you never know, right? But ultimately, yeah, it just didn't work out. However, it worked out in many, many other races, right? So ultimately, it's the sum of all the races in the season, right? So
obviously, when Dennis overtook Cassidy, and then obviously that might have sent some alarm bells, but once Cassidy got back, there was a couple of laps where I think a lot of people were screaming, swap positions, swap positions. Was the call not to swap positions mainly because the risk of falling behind Dennis at that point in the race as well? Then Cassidy would have been vulnerable to Dennis at that point.
Yeah, there were many reasons, because also you have to remember, at that stage of the race, things have gone wrong badly, right? And ultimately, there's a lot of radio chatter in the team, between the drivers and the team, between our own team, strategy, engineers, and so on. And yeah, we didn't execute properly. But you have to remember, there was a train of cars very, very, very close together. And there's an element of risk every time you try to orchestrate something. And that's what created the delay. But ultimately, look, it was yesterday. One race we got wrong, we got many, many, many races right, which is what we're here. And ultimately, no one has a 100% record, right? So that's what today was all about, to bounce back. And that's my main takeaway, is that the team bounced back in the best possible way.
Yeah, talk to me finally, just to wrap off that talk, that being the leader, effectively being a proper leader today in terms of getting them heads back, positive mindset, and to achieve what Cassidy did today, especially in qualifying. If you think about it, you went 5 tenths quicker, so that's another interesting question. Just to add on slightly, why did you go 5 tenths quicker today than you did yesterday? And for him to do what he did in qualifying, and then for you to execute the race as you did today, was just a masterstroke.
To be fair, a lot of it today is on Nick. Yeah. Nick just drove an incredible qualifying. And I mean, his lap, I watched it a few times, I will watch it many times again. He left nothing on the table. It was just an incredible lap that he executed perfectly. And that was the result. In the race, on the wet conditions, drivers have different feel for the car, and our car happened to be, really well set up for these conditions. And Nick was absolutely brilliant on the control. Sometimes the gap with Mitch was reducing, but then he was managing to put it back. And as soon as we got the second attack mode done, still in the lead, then it was a question of bringing it home, really. Yeah, we did that. I mean, until the very last corner, it could have gone wrong, but Nick delivered an incredible race. So.
Congratulations, Sylvain. Appreciate talking to me. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.